Welcome back to the College Cinephile. It's 2020 and we're still talking about movies. Today is a very special day because we're going to be giving our predictions for the 92nd Academy Awards. My name is Ethan and I'm joined by my co-hosts Marcus, Javier, and back from the grave, Coleman Taylor. I think we should just get started, right guys?
Yes.
All right, so we're starting out with actress in a supporting role. We have Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell, Laura Dern for Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh for Little Women, and Margot Robbie for Bombshell. Okay, so this is a category I usually am really excited to watch because I usually find it very interesting, but to me, these nominees are not great.
No, they're not. It's a lot less interesting than it was last
Pretty
year.
weak year compared to last year. Yeah.
So what do you think is going to win, Marcus?
Oh, God. Laura Dern for me. She did really well in Marriage Story. Like you said before, there was a lot better role that she was in, but I feel like Marriage Story, she took it for me.
Javier, what do you think?
I think it's also going to go to Laura Dern, probably. I want Florence Pugh to win, though. I think Florence Pugh kind of just blew away, not just with Little Woman, but also Midsommar.
Absolutely.
I think she's a great upcoming actress, but yeah, that's my prediction.
I think that's probably going to be the sentiment of the table. I loved Florence Pugh and I loved Laura Dern in Little Women, but Laura Dern will probably win for Marriage Story, and I'm fine with that.
I mean, there are other people I would have liked to have seen nominated. Like I would have loved if Jennifer Lopez had gotten in there.
Or any of the actresses from Parasite.
Yeah, really. I mean, but among the
small.
crop, even though I agree with all of you that Florence Pugh is definitely the best among them, I definitely think it's going to Laura Dern.
The one that I would be worried about maybe taking it would be Scarlett Johansson.
I mean, going off the fact that they nominated her twice this year, it could be that there's
Yeah.
just some sentiment that we haven't seen in other award ceremonies that they've all got for her. We'll see. Moving on to actor in a supporting role, we have Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes, both Al Pacino and Joe Pesci for The Irishman, and Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What do we think about this category, folks?
This is very exciting for me. I like all these people, surprisingly. Like, it's going to be a tough pick for me. What do you think?
It's a weird year when I don't think Tom Hanks or Al Pacino is going to take a category they're nominated in, but I don't think either of them are going to. I think the buzz is rolling towards Brad Pitt here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I really liked him in it.
Yeah.
I liked all of these performances. I think this is definitely the strongest of the acting category. Javier, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Brad Pitt will probably take it just because of how outstanding he kind of was in that movie. Like, it's definitely, like, I haven't seen all of Brad Pitt's stuff, but it's definitely one role I will remember him in.
For sure.
For such, I would, if not him, then it's probably going to go to one of the two Irish men nominees.
And everybody loves Brad Pitt, but Brad Pitt's never won an Oscar.
Right, which
He
is
hasn't.
This is definitely
especially given
a good opportunity.
Especially given his work with Tarantino.
Yeah.
I think you might have just kind of thought he did, but I think this is a good opportunity for him too.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is going to be Brad Pitt's year.
Yeah.
Moving on to actress in a leading role. We have Cynthia Erivo in Harriet, as Harriet. We have Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan in Little Women, Charlize Theron in Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger in Judy. Kind of another bad category, as far as I'm concerned. Again, Little Women, great movie. Saoirse Ronan, great in Little Women. Fourth nomination.
Not
Gotta
gonna
be
win.
another lose.
Not gonna win. My heart goes out for Saoirse Ronan. I think every time she works with Greta Gerwig, she's incredible. And I think, I want them to work together more, but I don't think she's gonna win.
Yeah, in that way, it's probably, it could be ever. Like, I would like to see either Saoirse or Scarlett, either one of them. But I haven't seen Judy, so I wouldn't know. But I know that she's the one who's been getting like the other one.
She's had a lot of traction. She's really been cleaning up. However, I will say, rewatching last year's video, we all thought that Glenn Close was a lock. Everybody thought Glenn Close was a lock.
Yeah.
And that one was a surprise.
Yeah.
So anything could go either way, but this really does look like Renee Zellweger's year in Judy. And again, so many great women who should have been nominated for this. Would have loved to see, Lupita Nyong'o in here.
Florence Pugh for Midsummer.
Yeah, Aquafina for The Farewell.
yeah.
Just a whole long laundry list of people that didn't get nominated.
These nominees lists are always too short. It's like 4 or 5 movies. It's like, can you go
agree.
more?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more movies this year, and it's all the same movies, like expanded.
Yeah, and it's always going to be those movies that come out like later on in the year, where people don't really remember Lupita Nyong'o and Us, which I thought was an amazing performance. But
Yeah.
I
the
will say,
Academy knows best apparently.
Sure.
for now, it really does seem that Renee Zellweger is a good lock to put on your ballot going to your Oscar party.
You've
So-
been wrong before.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
We'll
Moving
see.
on to actor in a leading role. We have Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Adam Driver for Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, and Jonathan Pryce
Hey.
for The Two Popes.
Ethan, tell us how you feel about Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Before letting out a long sigh.
Yeah.
I think it's a really bad performance, one I was very much unimpressed by, but one that is almost guaranteed to win Oscar Sunday.
Probably.
Yeah,
It's
and when
just
you have
buzz.
when you have such great performances by Antonio Banderas and Adam Driver, they're like those are the two that stick out to me. But like, Pain and Glory was just beautiful, and Antonio Banderas played a beautiful role in it. It's really sad that if Joaquin Phoenix like makes it, if they don't at least mention Antonio Banderas and what he did, like it's gonna be a really sad moment for me.
It's just that long history of actors who commit to like the method role and the prestige that gathers around that. Like there was that video on Twitter that went around of him like stomping the trash and he like dislocates his knee or something and everyone was going crazy for it. It's like, I don't know.
It doesn't
Make your performance good just because you hurt yourself.
The most performance is not the best performance.
Yeah.
Way. I wish, yeah, I think probably Joaquin will take it. I want Adam Driver personally, because this was the year that I really started to see Adam Driver, like, he's not just some actor for big roles like Star Wars. He actually can do little stuff and actually give fantastic performances worthy of an Oscar.
Just like Saoirse, he keeps putting in the work and just, he keeps getting there, but just not gonna win.
This is, I mean, one of the first years he's been in like a leading role too, because he's had the supporting roles in like Black Klansman and other movies that I'm forgetting.
He's nominated for
those
Patterson.
movies, I like
That was
So all these like smaller movies where he's usually in the back, and now the one chance he gets to come to the front and really show off, he's probably just going to lose to the Clown Man.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, I kind of resigned to this at the moment I saw Joker. It's like, well,
This is.
okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that's the only, we'll just hope that that's the only category that Joker wins in.
Yeah.
All right.
Only damage it does.
So we got to move on now to Best Director. We have Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, Sam Mendes for 1917, Todd Phillips for Joker, Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, and Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Some interesting people left out here, but there are some good people here. I would love it if Bong Joon-ho won.
Yeah.
And he actually has a bit of a shot. This is
Yeah.
not a locked-in category yet.
No,
Yeah.
Parasite has been getting a lot of praise, which is deserving. Like,
It made $100 million worldwide.
yeah.
But
and-
more importantly, I mean, not more importantly, but in context, it's been doing very well at these different
Award ceremonies. Yeah.
Sam Mendes has also been doing very well in
Yeah.
1917.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is another category where it's like, if you had told me Quentin Tarantino and Martin Scorsese would be nominated for Best Director, but neither of them are likely to win, I just probably wouldn't have believed you. But I think it's probably, Sam Mendes probably will win, but I would prefer if Bong Joon-ho does.
Yeah.
And also, Greta Gerwig not getting the nomination.
Oh.
Ridiculous.
Absolutely criminal.
Travesty, man. But once again, the Academy knows best, apparently.
Okay.
Mother knows best.
Yeah.
And that's thing.
So what do we think?
Bong Joon-ho for me.
Yeah. I think he's got a shot. I think he might get it.
I'm holding out hope.
I think Sam Mendes is going to win because
Oh,
I am
yeah.
a cynic, and last year ruined any hope I have in the Oscars doing what I want them to. Okay, we have. What are some other ones that you guys are interested in? Like, who do you think you would like to win for score?
Oh, can I start? I think Joker is gonna get it because
I think it's a bad score, but
Yeah.
I think it could.
I think no. I'm gonna disagree with that. I personally love the score for Joker. I understand it's not complex. It's not really original. It's very simple. But I listen to it every now and then on like just in time, and it's just really catches. And it's more set apart for me than the other scores. Not that the other scores are bad. Just out of the ones I remember the most,
It's the most
was
unique.
Joker. Yeah. So
okay.
it's the one I'm the most sure about. Like out of all these noms, I think Joker is for score is gonna get it like 95%.
The score from Joker may be the one thing I like about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I still think Little Women had a better score. I think the music in that is so moving and complex, particularly a lot of the piano work that's included in the score. So I hope it wins.
Well, Little Women is kind of the only score here that I remember really liking. I remember 1917 Joker not being great to me, but I definitely understand music is more subjective than movies for sure.
Yeah.
And Joker does have a lot of traction.
Yeah.
What do we think about animated?
Oh.
Animated.
I only
Really?
saw one of these, so I'm going to cast my ballot
Well,
for How
out
to
of
Train Your
nowhere,
Dragon.
Missing Link won at the Golden Globe.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
my pick for
Yeah,
this one. Missing Link is.
I personally would really like How to Train Your Dragon 3 because I saw Missing Link and I thought it was very average. Like the animation's great, but the story's very bare bones. I don't want Toy Story 4 to win because I'm tired of Disney winning all the animated noms. I haven't seen Claws, I haven't seen Lost My Body, but How to Train Your Dragon 3 was like an outstanding for me, like because it was such a surprise for me, and I'm a big fan of the How to Train Your Dragon movies. I like all of them.
I agree. I think How to Train Your Dragon definitely is a shot because 2 won, but I would be surprised if Toy Story didn't win. Just because,
I think Toy Story is gonna get it, and that's gonna make me upset.
It's what they do. Anything else you want to talk about cinematography a little bit?
Cinematography, of course, 1917 got into this one, and it's probably going to win, but I really, really, really want Lighthouse to win something. And it's the
win
only
something.
category. Yeah, it's the only category, but it is great. Like, just the shots are just so well composed, and what little screen they have, it's still great.
Yeah.
Love the cinematography in Lighthouse, but I mean,
Yeah.
1917 is cinematography.
Yeah,
Hard to
it's what
beat
makes
a
the
movie that's whole conceit is that it is, filmed in a certain way.
Yeah.
And also Roger Deakins, maybe the best working cinematographer.
He's one of
Certainly
them.
a legend for sure.
Yeah.
What other works did he do, Coleman, you were telling me about?
He did Blade Runner 2049 is the most recent that I remember, and I think he won for that.
Yes, he did.
And that is a movie that I think doesn't prioritize cinematography as much as 1917 does, but still blows you away with it. And I think that's what Deakins does best. So,
Yeah.
He's probably going to win.
Wah wah.
Okay, moving on to the big show. We have the nominees for Best Picture. We have 1917, Ford v. Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. This is the big one, guys. What do we think's going to happen?
There are a lot of movies that should be on here, movies that shouldn't be on here. How Ford v. Ferrari made it, I don't know. It's still a good film. I don't know how it got on here.
There's only one movie in this category this year that will make me mad if it won, I guess, as much as last year's would make me win or made me mad. That being Joker this year.
They're at least, they are at least better than last year's.
That's very true.
I have a lot of thoughts on
I'm not
Green
saying-
Book.
Yeah, I don't think Joker's best pick.
I don't think Joker's going to win.
No.
I don't think
I
so.
think the conversation it's created of people saying like, will it break the comic book barrier is a disservice to Black Panther last year. I think 1917 will probably win. I want Parasite or Little Women to win though.
Yeah. Parasite.
I think it's really hard because there's a lot of good stuff. Based off what I think either Once Upon a Time or Parasite's gonna get it. I'd be fine with that because I love both of those. I would. It is really hard because these are a lot of good choices. Like ones I would be upset with is 1917 or Ford v. Ferrari. If either of those win, I'll be
Well,
like, come
1917 it definitely is leading right now, but that doesn't mean it's going to win. This is definitely historically the category that can go lots of different ways. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is kind of a dark horse right now. A lot of people have been championing that movie. To me, I know I said I'm a cynic, but I'm gonna get my hopes up so that they can be torn down. I think Parasite can do it.
Yes.
Because the amount of traction Parasite has had has been insane.
Its longevity is what's impressive.
Yes.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it came out not nearly as recently as things like 1917, but it's still kept the conversation that even like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood hasn't kept that.
The only problem is that other movies have been nominated for foreign film and Best Picture before. None of them have won.
Roma, being
Roma,
an example
yeah.
last year.
However, I do think that Parasite has a very vocal movement behind it, and it really just comes down to whether or not that movement will clash against the angle of the Academy that probably voted for Green Book that likes to go with things that are safe. And 1917 is a better movie than Green Book, but it's definitely the safe choice.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it would
Oscars
be
someday.
interesting. At least it's better. Like, there's a better shot of like the list here of movies that like I would be happy with a number of these getting, not like just one. Like a few of these on here, like I'd be fine with them getting it. There's like 2 or 3-ish. I'm like, no, don't have that. So so it's at least better than last year's.
So,
picks.
last time, our picks for Best Picture, you have
1917 is going to. I want Little Women or Parasite to win though.
Javier.
I think, 1917 has a shot. I personally think that either Once Upon a Time or Parasite has the best shot. I would be fine with that. I personally would like to see maybe Little Women.
Great movie.
And maybe.
Definitely deserves it. Marcus?
I have been repping the Bong Joon-ho Parasite train all month, and I will continue down that train. Parasite for me.
I'm part of the Bong Hive. I'm on the train. Parasite for me.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to do the outro?
Sorry, can we put up the Bong train?
Bong train.
It's the Bong Hive. Thank you very much. That's what these fans call themselves. Thank you so much for watching, and put down in the comments your picks for the Academy Awards.
And while you're down there, please hit that like and subscribe button to really let us know that you like us here.
Also, be sure to check out our other videos of the more recent movies that come out to see our opinions on them.
And make sure you tune in again for when we give our reactions to the Oscars, see which ones we got right, see if we have to eat our words a little bit. It'll be a good one.
And we'll see you later, Internet.
The only thing is that Coleman
I was looking at the wrong camera.
You're the only one looking at the wrong camera.
Damn it.
Fool!
Everybody else facing this way, Coleman. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. I haven't done this in a while. Make sure you join us again when we review our... Sorry.
I think we should just start from the top.
Sure?
Yeah.
Let's make it more lively. Come on, hurry.
Let's just do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for watching. If you have some picks for the Oscars yourself, put them down in the comments. We'd love to see them.
And while you're down there, please hit that like and subscribe button to really let us know how much you like us here at the studio.
You can also check out our other videos where we give our opinions, where we either praise them or rant about them.
Make sure you tune in when we give our reactions to the Oscars, see which ones we got right, see if we have to eat our words a little bit. It'll be a good one.
And then we will see you later, Internet.